In this episode, we're in the world of Immortal Creed. We're going to take a look at the card combination mechanics. I'm going to buy some packs, open them, cross my fingers for some good draws, and then we're going to look at combining them and discuss how that affects your gameplay as you rank up in game. If this sounds good to you, please stay tuned. Hey Outsiders, welcome back. Bronze Dragon here, saying thanks for dropping by. We're going to jump in, and I went ahead and bought some credits already to prepare for this. And if you're not familiar, credits are just like credits. It's something that you can purchase via PayPal or crypto. So if you click on the shop on the left, you can go in here and you can see that you have the buy credits option. You can also buy card packs with either credits or with Valor, which you earn in game, or you can buy on Hive Engine. So let's go ahead and buy. You can see, I've already done this, but you can see on this page that it's easy to go in and select on several different options how many credits you want to purchase. Now you can pay with Hive, you can buy with crypto, you can buy with PayPal, Venmo, PayPal, Pay Later, debit or credit card. So there's several different options. Either way, I wanted to show that if you do this and you buy when you first start the game, you have to buy at least 400 credits, which is $4, right? $4 US, and then you get your creed mark on your account, and then you're able to earn in game. It's a very small price. Okay, so either way, and then you take those credits and you can buy a couple packs with them. Okay, so I went ahead and did that. We're going to go ahead in and buy some origin packs, and since I have the credits available, we're going to go ahead and buy 10. Go ahead and purchase, confirm purchase, and then return to the shop. Okay, now you go under notifications. Every time you have something as far as a blockchain item or an action on your account, you will get a notification about this. So you can see that I purchased 10 origin card packs for 2,000 credits. Before that, whenever I bought the credits, I also got a notification that said, hey, you bought some credits, right? So, okay, so we will see that they're already in my account, and let's go ahead and open the card packs. Let's go ahead and, just for the sake of time, go ahead and open all 10 packs at the same time and see what I got. Cross my finger for some good stuff. Okay, so not bad at all. Okay, so I got one legendary, which I already had this, Serenity, but going forward, this will serve to be able to help me to level that up. I got 3 epics. I got a Grot, which is, he takes less magic damage. So, obviously speaking, if you see somebody playing a lot of magic damage, this would be the guy to go to. Also epics, I got another Attuned Blessing. Now I have 2 of these already, so this will serve. Actually, I got 2 Attuned Blessings, so we may be able to level this up. And I got a Neonite Crossbow. This is something new for me, so this is a good thing. In this game, the reds are epics. And purples are legendary. So greens are rare. So I got a Asazi, which he's plus magic damage, an Ashael, which is equipment cards deal 10% more damage, range damage that is. I did get a gold foil, rare, a bronze Dax, only 1 gold foil, bunch of commons, obviously. But several rares, 1 gold foil rare, a legendary, and 3 epics. So overall, seems pretty good draw to me. Let's go to inventory. Okay, now first let's take a step back and let's go over to the paper that they have. I keep calling it a white paper, but he said, whenever I was discussing this with him, the developer said that they don't call it a white paper. So we'll just call it the reference document. Okay, so let's look at this. So this page, and I will leave the link in the show notes, is all about combining cards. So much like other games, you have to combine multiple copies of equipment cards, or for that matter, your immortals, to rank them up. However, there's another system that's going on here. You also need a certain amount of two different tokens, Creed or Craft. Now, Creed applies with Immortals, and Craft applies with equipment cards. Okay. And I will leave the link in the show notes below, but you can reference the document here and you can see how many copies of each card you need, as well as there's another chart below on the cost in Creed or Craft to level up each card. So let's take an example here. Okay. So if I have a rare card that I want to level up to level 2, it will take 2 rares, 2 copies of the rare card that I want to level up, plus 1 Creed or Craft. Okay. Now, say for instance I level that up to level 2, and then I want to go ahead and level that up to level 3. Now, it will take a total of 5 copies of that card, and then 1 more Creed or Craft. Okay. Now, when you go up to level 4, it will start costing a little bit more. It doesn't go up each level, but it goes up every other level, okay, as far as the Creed or Craft's cost. Now, you may ask yourself, well, how do I get Creed or Craft? You have to burn cards. So this is another mechanism that's built into the game. So if we go back into equipment and say you look at one of your pieces of equipment, say one of these iron daggers here, you will see how many, when you click on it, you will see how many copies you have, and you will see the actions you can take on these. If I wanted to go ahead and burn these iron daggers, I could select one, select burn, and then it would give me a certain amount of craft back. And then in turn, I could use that to level up another card. So that's basically how Creed and Craft work. And Creed works the same way, just on Immortals. Okay. So as we're taking a look at the Forge screen, it's showing us everything I could potentially upgrade. Now, I will tell you that I'm very particularly interested in upgrading this Serenity. So I had 1 copy, and I just drew another copy, so I have a total of 2. If we reference the chart here, we can see that it is a legendary, and it takes 2 copies to make a level 2, plus 1 craft. So let's go ahead, and we see we have our 2 copies, and I have a couple craft to use, so I'll go ahead and create a card. Now we can see that it upgraded, and I don't know if you caught that, but I got a plus 2% on that. Okay, so let's go back to the inventory and look at the equipment and look at the Serenity. So the Serenity gained plus 2%. Now we can go over to, well, let's see here. I think one nice thing is we can look at the library, and they show you under the library section the potential combinations and what all the cards have. So what I'm going to look up is Serenity, and you can see that I went from a level 1 to a level 2. Okay, so it went from 24 damage. I clicked off on that. It went from 24 damage to 38 damage. It also stayed at the same speed, but it gained plus 2% magic damage, it looks like. Okay, so that's one benefit. But you may ask yourself, is this what it's all about, just increasing level your cards? Yes and no, because I can have this level 2 Serenity, but until I get out of novice ranking, which I've been trying to, let's go over to ranks. I was trying to find that. Okay, so you can see the ranks here. And in this game, it takes a while to burn through some ranks because there's 10 levels in each rank. Okay, I've been playing for a few days, still trying to get out of novice. For some reason, every time I get up to level 10, I start getting smacked down. But with that said, there's a maximum card level in each rank. Okay, so in novice, you can only play level 1 cards. Now, you can have a level 2 card. It's just only going to play at level 1 when you're playing in novice. What I'm doing here is I'm getting prepared for bronze. Now, that also tells you that whenever you make it to bronze, you're going to have to level up your cards to level 2 to actually play decently, right? So, okay, let's go back to the Forge and let's look at something else. Okay, so Grot. Obviously, there's at this point there's very few immortals in the game compared to other games, but you know you got to start out somewhere. So this is obviously he takes less magic damage. He's an epic. Obviously, he's the counter if you're playing somebody that's magic heavy, right? So let's go ahead and increase this level because I feel that he could come in handy in the future. So once again, same kind of argument here as with the last piece of equipment. However, he's an epic. So let's go ahead and reference the, let's see here, card combination, combining cards. And so if I'm going to level 2, epic and rares and legendaries are all 2 each. And the cost is 1 creed or craft. So let's go ahead and create this card because I have enough creed to do that. So I have level 2 Grot. Now let's go back to the library and reference Grot, and we'll see that he went from 100 health to 200 health and from 11% to 13% minus magic damage. Okay, so once again, he's the counter to magic. So let's go over to my inventory and check out my equipment. I wish there were a way to filter by rare, commons, by rarity rather. I wish there were a way to do that. And also, one other thing I don't particularly like is the fact that they lump gold foils and regular foils together. Yes, it's the same weapon, but they're 2 different things. I wish they existed separately. And once again, I wish there were a filter for that, because I don't necessarily want to just see I have a gold foil here, because it kind of looks like, you know, you have multiple copies of this, but some of them are regular foil. I can understand why they did it. I just don't necessarily agree with it. Either way, what we're looking for here is something to burn. Now, I have, since I've necessarily been just playing rare and higher rarity weapons and other cards, or immortals rather, I haven't really been using commons. So I have been burning commons to get my creed or craft available. So we'll also look at that. There's also, especially on commons, there's several weapons that have similar speeds and damages. So in my mind, it's not necessarily, you don't necessarily need all those. So I'll point this out. Okay, so we have an iron dagger and we have a steel glaive. Both of them are 4 speed and both of them do 10 damage, 10 melee damage, right? Is there really a need to have both of those types of weapons? I don't think so. So what I'm going to go in and do is I'm going to go in and burn a couple iron daggers. I might as well just select them all. Okay, so it gives you the warning to burn cards is permanent. And then it gives me 5 craft. Okay, so let's jump back to the Forge. And now you can see that those cards that were previously grayed out are no longer grayed out because they are higher costing cards to combine. They cost 2. Okay, so let's take a look at the gear. I think that I would like to upgrade my Arcane Tome. Okay, this is a rare card. Once again, it's going to take 2 cards to combine and 1 craft. So we can go ahead and combine that. Now, keep in mind, level 2s, I still have to make it into bronze to use that 2nd level, but I have much better stats to use. Okay. So with that said, we've went through the combination of some cards. Well, we've bought cards, we've opened the packs, and we've combined some cards, and we've discussed that. We've went through the burning to make creed or craft. So let's play a ranked match. Once again, you can see I'm in novice level 8. I've hit that level 10, but I keep getting knocked down. So let's go ahead and play a ranked match just to end up this video. I hope this is good information, and if you have any questions on what's going on, go ahead and leave them in the comments, and if I don't have the answers, I'll track them down for you. Sometimes it usually takes a minute or 2 minutes to find a match, and then you have a small amount of time, I believe it's 45 seconds, to go ahead and pick out your, or go ahead and enter match, and then you have about 40 seconds to acknowledge what type of game it is, your rule set, training grounds, only common or rare cards are allowed, and then pick out which summoner you want to go with. Okay, so I'm looking at my opponent's last played cards. He's using magic and a shield. I think that I will also use magic, but I have a little something on my sleeve here in the fact that my shield actually reflects magic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and select, let's go ahead and look at my magic weapons. I'm going to go in with an enlightened wand. I'm going to hit Dragon's Breath, and then, oh, you know what? I can't use my epic shield now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to back out of that, and I'm going to use my wooden shield, and then I'm going to go in with the Dragon's Breath. Okay, so that's my round of cards there. So obviously my forethought was wrong because the rule set was nothing higher than rare cards. So my magic reflecting shield is actually epic. Can't use it. So let's see what we do. So I do 10 damage off the bat. He does 18. It blocks 9. Good matchup there. I hit him for 17. He blocks 10. I hit him for 10. This is neck and neck. This is going to come down to it. You can actually, in these matches, skip ahead to the last one, but I'm just going to let this play through, see who wins here. We have very, very similarly picked weapons. This might just be timing. He might get me just... Yep, he got me just with timing. Just with timing there. Okay, so I've been defeated. So we go back, and you can see that here's the thing in this game. It also doesn't necessarily, you don't necessarily fall, you know, if you rank up, you could go up by 1 notch, but then if you lose, come down by 2 notches, you know. So I've been knocked down from level 10 down to level 8 before. So let's go ahead and play one more match. I want to kind of look good for the video, but let's go ahead and check it out one more time. But you can see a lot of it comes down to timing, and there's a lot of RNG in this game. Okay, so if you're not a fan of RNG, this game is just not for you because there's a lot of hits and misses. You know, a lot of these. Let's go ahead and check out. Okay, Riverbank, no melee weapons allowed. Okay, and they're going to see. Okay, so my opponent is using plus magic damage, plus magic reflecting shield. So I'm not going to go in with that. Let's go ahead, and I can't use melee weapons. So let's go ahead and try range. So I'm going to go in with Sigrid, which he heals for 4 each turn. Let's try this strategy. So I'm going to go right off the bat with Necrosis. It's a fast bow. I'm going to stick my shield in, and then I'm going to go in with my, well, you know what? I usually use my Iron Striker, but I have this better crossbow now, so let's go ahead and use that and try it out. And then confirm cards. See what we end up with here. But yeah, if you're not a fan of RNG, this game might not be for you. A lot of, it's just, there's a besides magic, the ranged and the melee are supposed to have a 75% hit rate, I think, and it just seems like they miss a lot more than that. But let's see how I do here. Okay, so minus 14, got him for 14, got him for 13, he got me for 11. He's taken some poison damage. My shield saved me by a little bit there and reflected some of that magic damage. See, my strategy worked there. So he's got the magic shield. He's got the same shield going, but I'm not using magic specifically for that purpose. That's why I picked ranged here. And it looks like I'm going to win handily because he came in with the same strategy that he did on the last match. And not only did I reflect the magic damage back at him, I didn't use any magic damage, so he couldn't reflect it back at me, and I used range, which did more damage than he could afford to take. So there's a win for me. I like to end on a win. Another thing I will mention here is you can see that I earned 5 valor here. One other thing I learned this week, and it is in the paper that describes the game, and I will leave the link to that paper in the show notes. I keep adding it because it's good information if you're thinking about the game. But one of the main things about this game is that if you go into the seasonal ranking, you can see that you can play as many matches as you want per day. However, you only earn valor for the first 10. Okay, this led to an issue where I was testing it on mobile this week, and I thought something wasn't working, and I worked back and forth with the developer, and finally we came down to it. And one of the takeaways there was it was my mistake, because I didn't know you could only earn valor for the first 10 wins of the day. Okay, this is very similar to how other games have energy or something like that. It's just a way to keep people from abusing the token, right, and making too much of it. So you can play as many matches as you want per day. However, and that affects your ranking. So if you're trying to rank up, and then make, like for me, I'm trying to make it into bronze level. Obviously, the competition gets harder. I need higher level cards, but I also make more valor. And this is all in the white paper, and we'll talk about it in future episodes. However, you will see here that I won the first of my 10 matches per day, and I have 21 reward shares for the season. So the season's I got in at the end of the season, but I'll be going through the next season. There's 1 day left and 1 hour left. So I have an hour basically to do my other 9 matches. I kind of timed it this way so I could get this onto this episode and discuss it. But all this information is right here on the season. You can see that currently Crypto Empress is sitting on the top with 165 wins on the leaderboard. So you can get up to 10 wins per day that you get your valor for, which is one of the tokens that's buy, sell, tradable on Hive Engine per day. You can play more, and that helps your rank, but you're only going to get the valor for 10 of them. Okay, this has been Bronze Dragon, and I hope this has been interesting to you, at very least. If you're interested in the game, I'll leave a link in the show notes. It's just play.immortalcreed.com. I don't make anything on it. I'm just having fun with the game. I'll see you on the flip side.